Meeting to order. Chad, you mind to do the roll call?
Yes, sir, Judge. Ms. Blackman?
Here.
Mr. Kirkland?
Here.
Mr. Bishop?
Here.
Mr. Coble?
Here.
And Mr. West?
Here.
We're all here, Judge. You have a form.
All right, thank you, Chad. The first item on the agenda is to consider approval of minutes of the special call meeting held Thursday, May the 30th, and the minutes from the special called meeting held June 13th. Both of them were special call meetings, 2019.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Coble?
Yes.
Ms. Blackman?
Yes.
Mr. West? Yes. Unanimous.
The second item on the agenda is consider approval of public health tax rate for 2019-20 for Marion County Public Health Taxing District. Ms. Filiatru is here to present that, and
The Marion County Board of Health, we met Thursday, June 13th, and they all voted to retain the tax rate at 3.0 or 100 of assessed value of real and personal property and motor vehicle.
need to say.
Motion to accept. Second.
Second.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Coble?
Yes.
Ms. Blackman?
Yes.
Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Third item is Ms. Betty Bradshaw with the Marion County Fair Board. Is Betty here? Yeah, there she is. Request funding for fairground improvement. You all have a list of improvements in your folder there. Hey, Betty.
Thank you all. Giving you a breakdown and probably attachments also on receipts and things. Some of the things that we had already completed. The first item, renovating floor wall, that's done, it's been done. The guttering on the barns, that hasn't been done, but we know, we got the price and we know what it's going to cost. We're waiting just to get the manpower to do that. Number 3 is a bid on expanding our Wi-Fi and maybe putting up cameras at our RV park. Currently we have Wi-Fi at the fairgrounds, but it doesn't reach over to the RV park or to the barns. And we're getting more and more renters that are asking for Wi-Fi at the RV park. So this is just another capital improvement to extend that over there. And for security reasons, we like to be able to utilize the cameras also. We purchased an ice machine. Keep your fingers crossed that it works good and all that. We got it at an auction, so that's what that item is. And in the multi-purpose building, number 5, that is the big barn back there. We just put in LED lights, changed all the lights in there. It looks great. Wonderful job.
That's all done, the lights.
Yeah, that's done. The last item is the fair office building. As you all, we talked previously, the building that we're in is just, it's in bad shape. We've looked at trying to repair it, and it's just not feasible. We got bids on somebody to come in and build us one, and they've scared us to death. So we've kind of taken this on that we're going to do this little by little and do it, a lot of it ourselves or within that labor and things like that. So the first part of that is just so we can get the pad. Now we won't start on this until after Fair Week, which is 1st of July. So that'd be a demolition, and then basically building the pad to start. We've got volunteers that work on Fair Board that do construction, electrical, and stuff like that. So we're going to try to keep this cost effective as we can. But that's those items. If anybody's got any questions
The ice machine, that's to use during the fair, so you're pretty sure it's going to work, though.
Yeah, actually you all have a copy of when we purchased it. It says fully operational on there. So.
Was there a warranty of any kind?
Was there a what?
A warranty?
No.
No.
We actually bought it at a used equipment auction. And Steve's going to work on that this weekend, get it started and make sure that it runs good and run a few things of ice in it before we get to Fair Week. So that's really one of my favorite things in the whole deal, is the ice machine, I tell you, because I don't have to worry about packing ice. So
Is it
one of my favorite
desperately
things.
needed? Is it 600-700 pounds a day? Make
800
It's 800
Okay.
pounds.
deal.
capacity.
And the concrete here is for the pad, for the
pad
exact
of
size
the
building you all are
yes,
wanting,
The 20
so.
by 30 office building.
Okay.
And it's nothing fancy, it's pretty plain. But maybe it'll keep the rodents, the birds, and everything else that currently resides in the one that I'm residing in, so.
The other building,
For
I
long.
looked at it as well, and it's beyond repair.
It is,
So-
it's in bad shape.
Long time, forever, I guess.
Really, actually, one of the older buildings on the ground.
And you all have already got so much, or about this amount allocated for you all anyway, I think, don't they, Kevin?
Yeah.
In the budget.
That's left in the budget.
It's
about
left in the
that.
budget for the fair.
We haven't
Yeah.
approved, yeah,
Motion to approve,
19,000.
$19,044.50.
I second it.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Coyle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Fogel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you, Betty.
Is there like a time frame on, you're gonna do a lot of this after the fair?
Yes, yes.
Motion, okay.
Thanks for all your all's volunteer time as well, and the hours you all put in, and
Thank you.
Item number 4, we got Miss Robin Humphers and Miss Jody George with Kentucky Classic Arts are here to update on events and financials.
So, Robin and we are here to pretty much communicate what's going on at the Classic Arts Center. We've got 2 projects that are in place that are in need of funding. The Bourbon Bistro, which you probably have read in the newspaper, that we've received funding from tourism, and also the city has also contributed funds, but we still are short of funds in order to even begin the project. The other piece that Robin has to present today is a school program. It's an Art Explorer program that would benefit every student in the county. My role is putting together a development office for the Classic Arts Center. And with that in mind, we are approaching anybody and everyone regarding donations and support for the center. I think it's been pretty much in existence over 5 years, but the last 5 years it's been a piece in the community that's provided a very positive quality of life. And it's one of these operations that literally, based on donations and only donations from different entities, does it exist. So Robin's here to present the programs, and we appreciate your support.
Those 2 pieces. So you all gave us I've got some pieces for you. I'm going to go ahead and hand to each of you. First of all is just some programming, which is our camps that are going on this summer, the theater schedule, and then the back of that one schedule is some of the new concerts. Our goal, as you know, is to do at least 6 plays a year, but then we've also been adding concerts, and so we are trying to put a concert on the calendar at least once a month. And so we've got some really exciting things coming. We've got a Johnny Cash tribute artist coming. We got a Hank Williams play that is a concert within a play coming. We have some local bands, so Abler, if you know Abler from out in, I believe they're from Loretto, am I right? They are making a CD. They're down in Nashville this weekend, and they're making a CD, so we're going to do their CD release party for them. Really excited about those boys and supporting them with their music as well. You know, some other, the local artists that we've had on stage. So what I'm handing you is not that one. I handed you the wrong piece. You need this one.
Thank you.
There you go. So this first piece that says Prohibition 101 on it is this black box bourbon speakeasy that you may have heard some about or read some about. But Miss Emily, welcome to you.
Thank
How are
you. Thank you.
That you may have read some about in the paper. And it basically is a project to renovate the basement, which if you all are familiar, of course, with Center Square, is the old high school. The cafeteria downstairs has the old green terrazzo tile still on the floor and is a large space that right now has storage in it. So we have costume and prop storage down there. We are looking to move that out. Hopefully we'll be utilizing the old courthouse for some of that and helping to work there with that, make some more art classrooms in that building and do costume storage, some costume actually construction, do some sewing classes and some other things. We have a lot of students who want to get into costume design and some of those kind of things, so we're going to try and maybe move some of that, and I think Judge Dory's talked to you about some of those plans. But then we would take that space downstairs and renovate it into a black box theater. So black box theater means that there's not really any wing space. There's not backstage area. It's one room, like this room, where you have a presentation go on up at the front. We would put some lights and some sound equipment down there, but really we would be able to do a lot with the sound because it's such a small space. You don't have to do as much tech with it. What we would like to do is murder mystery dinners based on a bourbon theme that we would be able to market to the Bourbon Trail people and bring tour buses here. They do mystery tours that start in Canada, and these people get on a tour bus and come all across the country, and they don't know where in the world they're going. They stop at the Cooperage has gotten on those mystery tours, which is awesome. And they go to the Cooperage and they're here in town in the middle of the week. What is there that they can do with a group of 60 people in an evening on a weeknight? That's something that we could coordinate with those tour groups and be able to do on a weeknight for those people to keep them here in town. So we would work with Bourbon City Players or an in-house troupe of actors who is trained just for that one show and would put it on multiple times, but for different groups of people on a as-needed basis. We would also have there's a man named Ted Evans from Nicholasville. We have a jazz band that would be on call for us, a professional jazz band on stage with a singer that would be part of that. And we'd like to go back in time to the 1920s, like then, but now. So the whole cast of the actors doing the murder mystery dinner, the waiters, the band, as well as the singer would all be in on the act, dressed in period costume and in character the whole evening. The group would come in, we would do catered dinners, work with our restaurants around town, so we are not going to run a restaurant. We have no interest in doing that. And we are working on a plan right now with the Kentucky Distillers Association to be able to bring the different bourbon industries, those distillers in here and feature a different bourbon once a month. So I've been in Louisville this past week talking with some of them, hopefully bring their bartenders down, their signature drinks, and be able to promote bourbon within the state, but in our own little way that we could, again, supporting our local restaurants, supporting our bourbon distillers. We're not doing our own thing, but in conjunction with them to put on a show and make an interactive experience. Speakeasies are really big right now. January is coming up on the 101st anniversary of Prohibition, which is why we kind of settled on this name, Prohibition 101. So that's that project. As part of that project, what we would like to do after the evening is finished and the play is finished is to do a police raid and have, whether it's the sheriff's office from across the street or some costume period policemen come in and do a police raid like 1920s Prohibition era, run those people up out the nice crazy passages that we have in that building and out into the courtyard and do dessert under the stars. On days when it's raining or in the winter time, we would run them upstairs to the cafe project that we have, which we would do in conjunction with this. So we have plans that we've had for about a year to take the two rooms to the right of Center Square when you walk in on the main floor, knock that middle wall out, do barn wood and expose the brick and sliding barn doors and put a bar in there that we could serve smoothies and coffee, have an internet cafe for the town, be able to have that manned and opened 6 days a week, and then also before and after plays. So that place is, that space is really neat. I have some photos for you, some mock-ups, and I didn't print one for everybody, but I just put them in a photo or a folder for you all to be able to look at those mock-up folders of what that would look like, the cafe pictures of the upstairs, and then kind of what the downstairs would look like. Again, as Jody mentioned, tourism has given us some money towards that project. The city also just came in with some money towards that project. We're looking at the base to be able to get started is $101,000 to do that, that renovation, which it's probably going to, how all projects are, depending on your amenities and how nice you build things. I am pretty scrappy with coming up with reusing barnwood and reusing tin and still making it look really nice, but we would have some consultants again from Military Industry coming in and do that. As to the rest of what's going on, I know you mentioned with financing, you all were so generous last year, gave us our $15,000 towards the general budget, which we definitely needed. You all came up with, I think, another maybe $7,000. We ended up with 21, I think. So we totally appreciate that. We do need that continued. I'm going to send this to you, which is basically our financials for January through December of 2018. We ended the year with $32,000 in the bank. That's a little bit deceptive, though, because we've had a lot of outstanding bills that hadn't been paid through, which, of course, happens, like the things that happened in December, all the bills coming in, and then one of our contractors that we contract with to do our website had not cashed her check for like 6 months back. So that was really about $90,000 is what we ended up with, which is fabulous. That we had a surplus at the end of the year. We turned around and invested $18,000 in new sound equipment. So we bought all new microphones this year. We purchased new subs and the headset microphones. We bought 10 of those with the wireless body chargers that they go in. So all that is installed in Center Square. We also had some money left over from the year before. We did a lighting project. Tourism gave us about $20,000. We added another $8,000 to it when we put new lights in the theater last year. So if you all haven't been to a show yet, you need to see a show because they're sounding better and they're looking better lighting-wise. But I can send that to you. The biggest question that keeps coming to me is on how much we spend in salaries over there because that tends to take a big chunk. We only spent in 2018 for the fiscal year $57,799 in salaries, and that's for 5 people. We're all still part-time. So we used, 1,900 volunteers or something last year just to be able to put on the show. So everybody that is over there supporting, being ushers and all of that, we're still volunteers. When we do this bourbon project, we will need to hire somebody else. That can't go under, booking that facility as well, working with the restaurants, working with the tour bus companies, working with the actors and the band and all of that can't come onto my plate and my calendar. So we will be hiring somebody else to help run that. We're looking at about another part-time position, about $24,000 is what we're looking at to be able to man that. And then somebody to run the cafe. We'll do that as a share project. Any questions? I know that's a lot of information all at once.
A lot going on, sounds like.
There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
I read a little something or heard it or something, you alluded to something with the schools. Are they gonna, do they participate in some of it? Because a lot of that stuff is for students, and do they, or are they, or do they participate?
School board?
Any of the school system, whatever.
We have a lot of the students come, so yes, and so that second project, that is that project, and the other piece that you have in your hands is a piece for an Arts Explorer program. The schools are very active, not as the schools per se, but the students. So I have 30 students on stage this week. We had 30-some last week during the Dr. Seuss camp. That was all the little bitty ones, ages 4 to 11. This year there are 30 students ages 11 to 18 that are in a 2-week Hamilton camp, and then we'll have an art camp. I think there's probably about 20 or 30 in that the next week, and then we have a whole different slew of teenagers that will be doing a 3-week Lily camp. So in that way, the schools participate, is that there's students from all over the county that come to that. The schools do come for the field trips, so they'll come to see Oliver. For instance, we had, I think, 4 schools come to see Oliver, and they fill up, that we have 300 to 400 students that come and see a performance. We have presented this packet to the school board as well. We want to partner more with them. It's just figuring out how to do that. And we have asked the school board to invest in Center Square. How can we serve your students? This was one of the projects that some of the school board members said, this is what we need for the kids to be able to expose all children to the arts. That's hard, and teaching them. So what the Arts Explored program would do is it would bring every student in elementary school into the Arts Center once every 9 weeks for a full day of art immersion. And it's based on a program they do at the River Park Center in Owensboro, Kentucky. The students come to the Art Center and they would have an hour and a half just in theater instruction, just in art instruction, and in small groups of 20 or less, where they get to use all the mediums. So if you can imagine a room set up with tables all around the room that have oil pastels, that have watercolor, that have oil paint, that have chalk pastels, that have all these different mediums that these kids really don't get to use and to experience, especially to really play with, for a whole hour. We would move different groups of students into that, let them experience. So we can do 100 students a day. We would divide them in 5 groups of 20 and have each one with a different teacher. So the Art Center would take care of hiring the teachers, getting all the supplies, making that all available, and then the students would come in. So through a year, they might have their art for one session might consist of really just feeling what they, touching each one, then we would turn around, painting a little bit, and then discuss with each child, what's your favorite, why is it your favorite, do they like clay better than paint, or what does that feel like, and then be able to bring those children back in and specialize them more as the year goes on and give them more hands-on experience. They would get exposed to dance, different forms of dance, which they are not really able to do in the schools. I know that's one of the places from this. It's so hard for the schools to be able to hire a professional dance teacher or a professional art teacher or a professional theater teacher. The theater classes get given to the band instructor who, he says, I don't know anything about theater, and yet I'm supposed to teach a theater class. So give those children exposure in a class that's taught by a professional in whatever art field that is kind of what that, and I think if you want to take that packet home, that kind of lays out what that is. The schools tell me they have a hard time with bringing the children for field trips because they have a lot of children who are on free or reduced lunch. They can't ask those parents to send in additional money for field trips, and so if they do that, the school has to cover that cost. Not only the cost for the field trip program, but the cost for the buses. So this would leave the students, the schools only to have the bus cost. If we can get this program funded, we could put it on. The schools would only have the bus cost, which I think they get a bus allowance from the school board, and in that way participate with us. So it's a step towards the right direction. This would be students K through 5. I'd love to see it expanded that we could do, K through 12 at some point, build that program. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, get them interested. I didn't know what level they were participating, but yeah.
We'd love to get all of the students in there. We do have an extensive scholarship program, and we're building that more with kids finding out about what we do and parents applying for that. Music Fest is, all of the money that's raised for Music Fest goes to our scholarship program. So we'll go back to us giving to children in the community to be able to take theater classes or dance classes. We have dance studio going on. That's another project that I want is a dance teacher funded for the year. So lots of things.
Very good.
Any other questions?
No, I like this. I do, because I'm all about the kids, you know me.
Well, we're about kids.
Yes, and they need something to do, and a lot of kids that live here never get the opportunity. to experience or see. And I want to commend you on a great job that you do.
It's a lot of work.
Yes. Yes.
Dr. Seuss camp was wild.
I can only imagine.
It was fun.
We do appreciate what you do, no doubt. I mean, I know it's a
Very much
busy
so.
Well, I
place.
appreciate what you all do. You all have a big job and lots of people coming and asking you for funding, so we appreciate your support in the past.
Judge Doherty, could I give some of my money to this children's thing?
You can, yeah, you can.
Can I? Okay, well, I would like to give $1,000 for your kids' program.
In the past, we've given 15,000, and any time that, typically if there's something else that you need later on in the year, we've always given, and I think we will continue to do so. But I do recommend that we do the contribution of 15,000 today. If somebody wants to make a motion to do that, if they want to do it.
I make the motion.
Second.
Because it does affect everybody in the entire county, so, it is not just the city of Lebanon, it's county people go to the events and wish we
Have
could
that
do
in
more,
This time, okay.
but it's a great thing we have. You're doing a fantastic job, like Judy said, it's something that you can be proud of in your community, and we need those things to
Also,
grow our community, so.
to go along with Judy, we need two motions, one for the,
Well, we've got a motion now for 15,000 budgeted allocation.
okay. Let's see.
Seconded by Joe Pay.
Right.
Mr. Black,
Yes.
Mr. Kirk. Yes. Mr. Bishop. Yes. Mr. Fogel.
Yes.
Mr. Quill.
Yes.
That one's unanimous.
And what about the other with
Judy's.
Ms. Black?
We've got
I'd-
that started, but we haven't had a motion.
I'd also donate 500 out of my funds for that.
I'll do
make a
1,000
motion
as well.
That,
I'd like to add 1,000 to that as well.
Judy, you want to make the motion? You brought it up.
Yes, I make a motion,
To donate.
yes, to donate the money to, now, did you all want to do the kids?
Is that going to
Just Kentucky Classic Arts is,
The,
the general fund, or you want that earmarked?
My 1,000 was coming out of my money I got here.
yeah, but where do you want it to go for
Oh, I want mine to go to the children's,
program?
So
yes.
that program is about a $48,000 program, so we'll have to, and we're working on getting the funding for it, like for more, so we've got our first 1,000, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we didn't just allocate this for the classic arts or allocate it just for that program?
That's the way we've normally done it, right,
So
Rob?
the 15,000, right, that's what I said, is usually towards our general budget, just to be able to meet,
Yeah.
for our internet and our website and for, the salaries and the general work that we do. Like I said, last year, we did have 19,000 about left over, and we turned around and put that right back into the Arts Center. So we do need that 15,000 towards our general budget just to be able to continue to do what we do. These two projects are over and above our general budget. So the Speakeasy project, the Bourbon Speakeasy, is a roughly $100,000 project. The Arts Explorer project is around a $48,000 project. So I think, how much do we have? So 65, 75 already for tourism and the city towards that, the Bourbon Speakeasy project. So we're still, 25 to 35 short on that project, which we're seeing lots of people. And also talking to some of the bourbon industry people again about how we can work that.
Do they ever sponsor anything you do, like?
They do. Maker's Mark did if you remember the commemoration bottle for Lebanon that had the train on its 200-year anniversary. So all the proceeds were donated. They did that for the Arts Center. It was about $15,000 in economic development. So it's building slowly. It's one of those things that we have to go out and present to them, tell them what we're doing, but we also have to do the work that we're doing. And so trying to find that balance, which is, Joe is helping us with that as well. Any other questions?
We've got everything shored up.
I've got a motion by Mr. Blackman.
I'll second it.
Does Mr. Coyle, Mr. Bishop, and Judge Doherty
They're the same.
Goes
Goes
the
to the
same.
Arts Explorer program or to the general fund?
Where do you need the most? I mean, you don't know if the arts program's gonna work. I don't wanna hinder that donation by not being able to use it, because you might not, this is, you understand?
Yeah. Last year, I think with additional contributions, you all ended up giving us 21,000 towards our general budget. So if there are additional funds, we will apply them. You know, you gave us 21,000, we had 19,000 in excess, we turned around and put it into 18,000 into the sound equipment. That's up to you. They're both important, you know, but it's all important.
Have you gotten any money for the arts?
I do not have any money towards that yet.
Okay, so my 1,000's gonna go,
Is the first 1,000.
Okay.
Okay, just do mine
You can-
general.
Put mine towards that as well, but now if that program does not go through for some reason, can we roll this back over?
Roll
To
it
your
into
own
some
general
other
fund.
children's program. Yeah, so we do lots of programs for
Okay.
children already.
You can
just
put
not-
mine there as well then.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Just put it all
put it
same.
all in general funds and
Do you want to do Arts Explorer or general?
Just, yeah, that, and if they don't use it, it'll go back.
Yeah, just put it all towards that.
and
if
that would
not,
be
they'll roll it.
2,500 toward this.
And that's good for you too, Ms. Black, if they can't use that 1,000 towards.
Oh,
Arts
yes,
Explorer,
yes,
so-
yes,
Okay,
yes.
So everybody. All right, we've got a motion, Ms. Blackwell,
Yes.
Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
Mr. Coyle.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland,
Yes.
Mr. Fogle.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.